Afternoon and a warm welcome to our principal Priya ma'am, all our facilitators and viewers. Today, Group 2 presents a short video as a news channel report based on the chapter Religious and Social Awakening in Colonial India. Our focus today is on three great heroes, not warriors with swords, but fighters with ideas. They didn't fight battles on the battlefield, but these social reformers stood against injustice, ignorance, and inequality in our society. This show is being hosted by Tanvir Mukesh, who will be interviewing Swami Vivekananda, played by myself, Rishabh Randhir. Swami Vivekananda told the youth to believe in themselves, to work for others, and to be proud of their culture. His words still inspire millions in India and abroad. Then we have Zaid, playing the role of Jyotiba Phule, and interviewed by Rishank Tadigadapa. Mahatma Phule, who saw the pain of the lower caste and worked hard to give education to women and the poor. Along with his wife Savitri Bai, he opened the doors of schools to those who were always left out. And last but not least, Raja Ram Mohan Roy, a man who raised his voice against evil customs like sati and supported women's education. He believed that everyone deserves respect and freedom. The role is played by Prithun, who is being interviewed by Diane. These social reformers dreamed of an India where everyone is equal, educated, and free. Today, we remember and pay respect to these great personalities. Now, let's watch and learn.
Hello and welcome everyone. I am Tanveer and I'll be your host for today's program at Awaken India. We are excited to bring you a series of thought provoking interviews with some of the most influential figures in history, brought to life by our incredible team of reporters. Today, each of our segments will dive into inspiring stories and insightful discussions, so stick around. And with that, to kick things off, I'm thrilled to introduce our very first guest, Swami Vivekananda. So let's jump right into our first interview, shall we? It's an absolute honor to be speaking with you today, Swami Vivekananda. Your teachings have inspired generations, not just in India, but around the world. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. It is nice to be here.
So, for your first question, Swami Vivekananda, how can one balance spiritual growth with modern life's distractions and responsibilities?
Spiritual growth and modern duties need not conflict. Work is worship, and when it is done with awareness and detachment, even daily tasks become spiritual. Take time each day for silence or prayer. Just as the body needs food, the soul needs stillness. Be in the world, but not of it. Let not distractions disturb your inner peace. Balance comes when you remember the divine is everywhere, even in your responsibilities.
That's fascinating, Swamiji. So, speaking of change and reform, how do you view what is your vision for an ideal society? And how do spirituality and service intersect in that vision?
An ideal society is one where every soul is respected, where the strong serve the weak, and where knowledge, love, and courage walk hand in hand. In such a society, spirituality is not confined to temples or books. It flows into every action. True spirituality is not mere belief, but realization, and it must express itself through selfless service. When we see God in every being, service becomes worship. Feeding the hungry, educating the poor, uplifting the fallen. This is the practical Vedanta I dream of.
It's amazing how relevant your ideas remain today, Swamiji. In building such a society, the role of youth becomes crucial, of course. So, what advice would you give to today's youth to become fearless and purposeful?
Fear is death. Fear is sin. Be fearless. You are the children of the divine. Infinite strength lies within you. Do not let doubt or failure shake you. Stand up. Be bold. Be strong. Take up a noble purpose, not just for yourself, but for the good of others. Fill your mind with high thoughts, your heart with courage, and your hands with tireless effort. Serve, learn, and build. Make your life a message. Arise, awake, and stop not till the goal is reached.
Those are some empowering words, Swamiji. So, on the path to purpose, many turn to inner practices. So, what role does meditation play in transforming our lives?
Meditation is the gateway to the soul. It is through meditation that the scattered mind becomes still. And in that stillness, the truth of our being is revealed. It teaches us control, clarity, and strength. Just as a lake reflects clearly when calm, the mind shows its true power when quiet.
A beautiful reminder of the power of stillness and awareness. So, for those wanting to explore your teachings further, are there any books or writings you would recommend as essential reading?
If you wish to know my thoughts and the ideals I lived for, let begin with these. The first book, Raja Yoga, a practical guide to meditation and the powers of the mind. Then Jnana Yoga, for those who seek truth through knowledge and reason. The third book is Karma Yoga, to understand the path of selfless action. And last but not least, Powers of the Mind, so that you can use your mind's power to its full potential. Remember, these are not just books. They are calls to action, guides to self-realization, and torches of strength for every seeking soul.
Thank you, Swami Vivekananda, for sharing your timeless wisdom with us today at Awaken India. Your words continue to ignite minds and awaken hearts across generations to come. It has been an absolute honor to have you with us today.
Thank you. It was a pleasure to be here.
Now, we move on to our next segment. Please join me in welcoming our next reporter, Vishal, who will be speaking with the deeply respected spiritual figure Jyotima Phule. Over to you, Vishal.
Good morning and welcome to Awaken India. Today we are joined by a very special guest, a respected social reformer and a strong voice for equality and education, Jyoti Rao Phule. Sir, we are truly honored to have you here with us. Thank you for taking the time to join this conversation.
Thank you for having me here. It's a joy to tell and explain about my story.
Sir, we all seek answers to understand your journey, your struggles, and your vision. So now, with your permission, we'd like to ask you a few questions.
Yeah, sure.
So my first question to you is, you and Savitribai Phule took a revolutionary step by opening the first school for girls in 1848, despite facing severe opposition from the society. What inspired you to challenge these deep-rooted social norms and promote education for women and marginalized communities?
So at a young age, I witnessed the cruel injustice and discrimination faced by those in lower caste and of women. And I saw how society denied basic rights like education to my fellow brethren. I could not bear. Me and my wife, Savitri Bai, opened the first school that allowed education for women in 1848. Despite harsh resistance, we opened the first school. We believe that education should not be just a privilege of few, but the birthright of all. Our inspiration came from the pain we saw around us and from our unshakable belief that change was possible.
Wow, that's truly amazing. My second question to you is in 1873, you established the Satya Samaj, which aimed to unite people beyond caste and religious divisions. What was your core vision behind founding this organization, and how did you hope it would bring about social change?
The Satyashodak Samaj, or the Truth Seeker Society, was born from a vision of equality and justice. I wanted to create a platform where people, irrespective of caste or religion, could unite and question the falsehoods perpetuated by the priestly caste or the Brahmanical. My goal was to awaken critical thought, restore dignity to the oppressed, and foster unity among all who were exploited. I believe that only by seeking the truth and challenging superstition could we build a just and moral society.
My third question to you is your book Gulmagiri is considered a landmark critique of caste based oppression. What motivated you to express your reformist ideas through literature, and what message were you hoping to convey to the society through this work?
Words have the power to awaken minds. Ghulamgari, meaning slavery, was my way of holding a mirror to the caste system. I wanted to show how Brahmanical dominance and authority enslaved our people mentally, spiritually, and socially. Writing allowed me to reach those who were ready to question, ready to rise. Through Ghulamgiri, I aimed to strike at the very root of caste-based tyranny and inspire the oppressed to fight for their
My
rights.
last question to you is throughout your life, you were not only a champion of education, but also a strong advocate for women's rights, including women empowerment and gender equality. Why did you believe women's empowerment was essential for the progress of society?
A society cannot progress if it keeps half of the population in chains. Women are the first feature of a child. They shape the future. How can a nation rise if its women are denied education, freedom, and dignity? I saw in Savitri Bai the strength and brilliance that women possess, and I knew that their empowerment would uplift the entire society. Gender equality is not just a moral issue; it is the very foundation of true social reform.
Thank you, Jyotirao Phuleji, for sharing your thoughts and experiences with us today. Your work continues to inspire us and motivate us even today and to fight for social equality and justice. It was a real privilege to have you on our show.
That was an enlightening interview. Thank you, Prashant, for your thoughtful questions, and of course, Jyotima Phule for sharing such meaningful perspectives. As we move into our final segment, we turn to a figure who played a monumental role in shaping modern Indian thought, and that is none other Raja Ram Mohan Roy. Joining us now is our reporter Dehan, who will be leading this closing conversation. Over to you, Dehan.
Good morning, Raja Mohan Roy. It's a profound honor to have this opportunity to speak with you today.
Good morning, young friend. It's such a pleasure to meet someone with a mind full of questions. Feel free to ask what is on your mind.
Thank you, sir. My first question pertains to the very core of your work. What inspired you to challenge social practices like sati and advocate for women's rights in such a deeply traditional society?
It was very simple. I saw so much pain and unfairness among the society. Women were suffering terribly, like being burned alive after their husbands died. It felt very wrong, deeply wrong. Every person, man or woman, deserves to live with respect and freedom. The old ways, as if they were being practiced, were often cruel and didn't make sense when you really thought about them. I just couldn't stand by and watch it happen, so I had to step in.
Thank you. My next question is, how did your knowledge of multiple languages and religions influence your reformist idea and approach to social change?
Well, learning about different faiths and cultures actually opened my eyes. I realized that many religions share great ideas, even if they look so different on the surface. It taught me to think for myself and just not blindly follow what everyone else did. It also helped me to talk with people from different backgrounds and show them why change is needed, using ideas they could easily understand.
And what was your vision for modern education in India, and why did you emphasize the study of science and English?
Well, I wanted our people to be more educated and with modern education, not just the old ways of scripts and mantras. Science helps you to think more clearly and understand the world around you and will not let you trust on blind faith. English was also important because it's a key to a lot of new knowledge and helped us contact with the rest of the world. I want Indians to be smart, forward thinking, and able to compete with everyone.
Okay. My last question is, looking ahead, what message would you give to the future generation of Indians striving for progress and equality?
Well, looking in the future, my message would be think for yourself. Don't just accept things because they always have been that way. Treat everyone with fairness and respect, no matter who they are, where they are, or how they are. Learn as much as you can from everywhere, from anyone. Work together to make things much, much better. Don't be afraid to challenge or question the old ideas if they are wrong or unfair. Keep striving for a future where everyone is equal and has a chance to grow. Jai Hind.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
And with that powerful conversation, we come to the end of today's journey through thought, spirit, and social change. We hope these voices of reformers, spiritual leaders, and change makers have not only inspired you, but reminded you of the strength that lies within all of us to shape a better tomorrow. A big thank you to our dedicated team of reporters, to our guests for bringing these iconic figures to life, and of course, to you, our viewers, for being part of this moment. This is more than just a program. It's a call to reflect, to rise, and to awaken the soul of our nation. Until next time, stay aware, stay inspired, and let's continue to awaken India. Thank you and goodbye.
Well, thank you for watching. And
That
I
was amazing.
love to, and one more thing, I still have a bit more to speak. So anyway, I hope you really enjoyed this episode of our show. And I would like to thank all the members who contributed into this and all of our viewers. Thank you and have a great day.
That was amazing. Team